my husband is my biggest inspiration because he is a true entrepreneur. He comes up with solutions to problems, and he's always like thinking outside the box. So he's like, you know what? I know that you can't afford it yet, honey, but why don't you offer to train her? You guys can trade, and you can train her, and that'll pay for your rent, the part-time that you're there. And so I thought, okay, cool, like that'll work, but how am I gonna get clients? Big turning point. The Groupon was huge at that time. This was before Groupon became what it is today, and Groupon was so select then, and Groupon was so different. So I have Groupon to really thank for my business. But this was back in the day when Groupon just had one deal of the day. And you even had to be on a waiting list to get on, because everybody wanted to get you on Groupon, because if you were on Groupon, you sold a ton of vouchers. You sold a ton of Groupons. So I just remember my husband having a meeting for Simply Fit, and Groupon reached out to him. They wanted to feature him as a deal. So my husband, of course, always thinking about me, such a little hustler, he's like, I will be on Groupon. I will put my business on Groupon. And the thing is, they really wanted him to be on Groupon, because anytime Simply Fit was on Groupon, they sold a ton. And so he told them, if you put me on Groupon, you need to put my wife's business on Groupon. So our Groupon lady was like, well, does she have a business? Does she have a salon? Like, what's the deal? And he's like, she did in Austin. She just decided to start the studio with this girl. So she had everything in Austin, but you know, we can work on that. We can create a website, we can go get our DBA, we can get everything ready. And so she's like, well, get all that stuff before the weekend, and then we can roll it out next week. So literally that week we got into our hustle mode, and whenever Chris and I like work together, we are such little hustlers. We are like Bonnie and Clyde. My husband is so talented. He created my logo. He created my website. We went to the DBA, and that is when Peachy Keen Studio was born. And I just remember reaching out to my clients in Austin and asking them to write testimonials on Yelp so that people knew that I was legit and I wasn't just, you know, sometimes when you get a deal on something, you get what you pay for. And I wanted them to know that I had experience and I was passionate about what I did, and I was confident in the work that I put out there. So I just remember being so scared because, you know, I took this big risk by moving because I wanted to be close to my husband, and I didn't really have a lot of money in the bank, and I didn't have a safety net. Like, I couldn't just be like, hey, mom and dad, like, help me pay for my bills. So it was the scariest thing, but we were in such like hustle mode. We didn't have time to think and worry. We just ran with it. So we finished everything, we uploaded it, sent it to the Groupon lady, who I'm so grateful for. So I just remember the night before the Groupon rolled out, we were just praying and praying that we would sell something, because we needed it. We needed to be able to pay our rent the next month. We needed to pay our bills, and there was a lot of pressure. There was no safety net. I couldn't just ask my parents to pay for my bills. So I just, you know, I was scared, but I was just having faith. And I remember Monday morning, the Groupon rolls out. Like, I would always wake up early anyway because I had to work out. But I just remember, like, it was live, and I just kept on clicking, and I didn't see anything. Nobody bought it yet, and it was super early. So I just kept on refreshing it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, people, please buy it, please buy it. So I just went to the gym, and I just didn't stress out about it. I'm like, you know what? It's gonna sell. Just stop stressing out about it. Stop refreshing the page. You'll sell Groupons. So I go to the gym, I get my workout in, and 9 a.m. rolls around, and my phone is blowing up. And as I pick up the phone, it's the first Groupon client. They're like, hi, I just purchased a Groupon. I'd like to make an appointment. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, 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 yes. I got a client. And then literally, my phone was blowing up all day long. That my voicemail got full that day, and my phone was ringing for 2 weeks straight. In that day, I sold almost 200 Groupons, and then I had a waiting list for 2 months. I'm like shaky thinking about this, and I tell this story often, but it's one of the most rewarding things of like when you take a risk and you take a leap of faith. It's one of the most rewarding things because I was scared. How was I going to pay my bills? I was just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful because I really didn't know how I was going to make it. I just believed that I was going to make it, and I just ran with it, and I had faith, and I took a risk. Even though like there was like those little inside voices that would creep up, like what if you don't, or like what if you can't pay your bills, like blah blah blah. I just kept on like telling myself, nope, that hasn't happened yet. I'm gonna believe that it's gonna happen. I did, you know, do everything that I could. I was positive, I had faith, I took a risk, and I did the scariest thing of my life by moving to Dallas. But knowing that I did that and having the faith that I did, it's a reminder for me, like because I still have fear, I still go through those moments. It's a reminder to always have faith, always take risks, even when things don't seem possible. Take risks in life because you never know, and stop downing yourself. Believe that if you really want something, if you genuinely want something, until you actually failed at it and until like it's done, you don't stop. You keep on going. I always have to remind myself like miracles do happen, and you have to put in the work, and you just have to keep on believing that some way, one way or another, it will work out. So that is when Peachy Keen Studio was born. And to this day, I am so grateful because even after that, I did have ups and downs. I moved a couple times, I lost clientele, I had to rebuild, and then I decided to expand, and then, you know, I had to rebuild for my employees. And so it's never easy. Fear's always gonna be there, but one of the most important things to do is just replace the fear with your faith, and also take risks. When you don't have a safety net like we didn't, you have no choice but to hustle and to work your butt off. So, like I said, that week, we're like, okay, I'm gonna upload the website, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna put the business cards, because I had no choice. I needed to get it done. And it's crazy because I've been working on my website now, my current one that I'm working on, for months now, and it's a reminder that I need to just run with it. I need to just believe that everything's gonna be okay, and I need to not have fear. So if anything, I just hope that my story of how Peachy Keen started will inspire you to take some risks in life, to replace your fear with faith, and, you know, try something new, go for it. Have your blinders on, be laser focused, stop listening to those inside voices that tell you you can't, stop listening to the people that say you can't do it. Believe that you can do it, even if you don't know how it's gonna do it. Believe it, and then you'll see it. That's a quote, I believe, by Wayne Dyer, but it's a great quote. Don't just see it and then you're like, okay, I'll believe it. You have to believe it, and when you really believe it, you'll start seeing it. Things will come. Things will start working out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you were inspired, and if you like this, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and please share with your friends and family.